Hello, it's Jack and Crystal here with Awkward Conversations and Dirty Secrets. I am Jack and my co-host. You say your name? I can't hear you.
I hope everyone knows who I am by now. I'm Crystal.
And so we are here with, like I said, our podcast, Awkward Conversations and Dirty Secrets. Tonight, as you can tell, we're wearing our St. Patrick's Day shirts because this podcast, if I do it correctly, those are on YouTube, you'll see our shirts. If you see it correctly, you'll see that we're going to publish this on St. Patrick's Day. So we're going to be talking tonight about reasons to kiss me. I'm Irish on St. Patrick's Day.
Kiss me, I'm Irish.
Yeah, kiss me, I'm Irish. So reasons to kiss me, I'm Irish.
Kiss me, I'm Irish.
On St. Patrick's Day. So it's kind of the funny thing about that is to start out when we're talking about that is that Crystal is 59.3% Irish, where I am 7% Irish. I got
just a wee bit.
I got to look at the camera. I was looking down. She's a wee bit Irish, or I'm a wee bit Irish. She's a whole bit. I'm a wee bit. So we're going to talk a little bit about, why to kiss me. What?
It's funny because we read today that a lot of people from Ireland, you think of red hair, and that is actually where a lot of people with red hair come from. The most in the world actually.
Come from Ireland?
All of the gingers, the red hair people come from.
We're going to talk about kissing the ginger here in a minute.
We will.
Yeah.
But also, I did not know this. I knew a lot of fair-headed people, and fair-skinned people came from there, and blue-eyed people came from there. But I did not know that the most blonde / white-headed people came from there. Now, we all know that I'm not this naturally white-headed anymore. However, when I was younger, I was very white-headed. Right. But that is where the most of the white-headed / naturally very light-haired people
So it turned the opposite for me. I grew up with dark brown hair, and now I have white hair.
But
gray, white.
Interestingly enough,
if I had hair,
another reason to envy red-haired people because they are so beautiful, and a lot of men just love red-haired women, and interestingly enough, a lot of women love red-headed men. When they get older, they don't gray. They turn into a beautiful silvery white.
Yeah. So we don't really have an advertisement tonight. So we usually do of course, our nakedwines.com and different things. We're not going to go into that tonight. Now we're going to talk about some of our shirts. So if you actually go to wingsrelationships.com /shops, you'll see, and Crystal's wearing I'm
fucking Irish.
That's right. And this one I got for one of our boys here, and this one says, what does it say? I can't read.
It says, I'm Irish. Yeah, fucking edgehead.
Yeah.
Because that's commonly said.
So as you can see that one.
If you live in Ireland,
So that's one of our shirts. And that's one of our shirts. And we have several other Irish ones, our St. Patrick's Day shirts. But I know it may be too late to get you one now. Get you one for next year. But we have like 50 other shirts on there, the Crystal design. So
you can always order express shipping.
Yes.
So
there's lots of cool shirts to check out on there. One of my favorites is Dad Joke Extraordinaire. It's one of my favorite shirts on there. And of course, both of us have the I'm original AF or original AF original AF period.
We all know what that really means, right?
So we both have those shirts. So that's probably one of our favorites. And but again, that's at wingsrelationships.com /shop. And I'll put that down below in our YouTube, and also can put it in our in our podcast description also. So again, we're going to jump into that to I'm not wearing, this is not one of our shirts.
Hey, and if you guys have any cool ideas for t-shirts, we can custom make those. We have a lot of fun making t-shirts, so we'd be happy to make y'all a t-shirt if you have some cool idea that you'd like to have made as a t-shirt. We'd be happy to do that for you. So let us know.
And also, I want to see, let us know how our sound is, because we have new microphones and new arm booms.
New microphones.
So hopefully we can hear us better without so much echoing on the outside. So we're excited about that too. Just keep upgrading as we can. So let's jump into Kiss Me, I'm Irish. And what does it mean? We want to talk about that. So you may start off, or you start off?
What do you want to do?
I'll start off. I like this first one here.
Okay.
Because so kissing someone Irish is the next best thing to kissing the Blarney Stone, which according to legend gives the one who kisses it eternal luck. So it's pretty funny, because we were actually, when we were in Ireland, talked to George Clooney was his name, but he was an Irishman, and told us that kissing the Blarney Stone gives you the gift of gab, right? And so the gift to be able to chat and be witty. And so he didn't know that. He thought I'd already been there and kissed it. He said he thought I was pretty witty. So, hey, George, maybe you're listening. I don't know. Anyway, we met him at the Hut. Was it the Hut? The Hut pub.
We thought he was kidding until
Right.
he leaned in for his second pint, and he actually had the initials GC on his knuckles.
Right.
And we were like,
He's George Clooney, but he was super sweet old guy that we met there. Very gabby, very talking. We had a great conversation with him. That was our first night in Ireland. But we went to the Blarney Stone, and if you'll see right here, I'll add a couple pictures here of Crystal and I kissing the Blarney Stone. And you'll see them if you're on the YouTube. If not, come check us out on our Instagram page, and we'll have probably some up there. But so they say if you can't kiss the Blarney Stone, next best thing is to kiss an Irish person for eternal luck.
yes,
So that's
we're very lucky. So that is what this whole podcast is about.
That's right.
We've all seen the t-shirts. Kiss Me, I'm Irish,
And
right?
we have one of those on our site.
We do have those on our site.
Yeah.
That we're trying to find out what that really means, right?
So
What does that really mean?
So let's get into it. So who knows, when you kiss somebody Irish, you may end up with a last name of like Mick this or oh that, because if you kiss an Irish person, you may fall in love and you will end up with a cool last name, even though I'm like 7% Irish, my last name's not Mick nothing or oh that, but it's very, very, very cool.
And if you're Irish, it may not be a Mick, but if you look at your history, you can go back and it may not even be a Mick.
Right.
But if you look at the Irish maps in your ancestry, they're not all Micks, okay? First of all, but you can go back and look and see in all of the country, you can pick out, and it may not necessarily mean that that's your ancestral line, but it's really interesting. Like I have Wade in my family, and that is on the map.
We saw it. We saw it in the church actually when we were at Saint. What's his name? Santa Claus. I can't remember his name. Saint Claus. What's his name? Nicholas. Saint Nicholas. We were at Saint Nicholas Cathedral in Ireland, and we actually saw some Wade gravestones in the church there, and that were probably related to you.
Yes.
Yeah. So, and then again, my last name goes back to. Did my research, and mine goes back to Stewart, and Stewart is a big clan. I have a lot more Scottish in my history, and so I have Stewart as mine, and then went back in Crystal's history, and hers is Wallace, which is also a lot of Scottish. So Scottish, Irish, right in that area.
And if you know anything about your Celtic history, Irish and Scottish are very closely entwined. So if you're Irish, you're probably Scottish too.
Right.
So we found, actually Jack found for me in my history, I come from a long line of Wallaces.
The Wallace clan.
So I was just like, and history to me, for me, is just like so impressive. Especially the medieval history that's really where I just like, it's just mind blowing to me. It's just super interesting to me. That is where I really I just get super interested. So the movie Braveheart and that whole era of just like all of that is just like has my captivation. So to find out that I come from a line of like Wallace's direct like descendant, actually the brother of William Wallace is
John.
my line,
John Wallace.
my bloodline.
I'm the one that did the research, so I was like, I know the name.
Yeah.
So one of the things you want to know about, especially about Scottish, Irish, is that the tartans. We have a big day with tartans, and if you're on YouTube, you'll be able to see. But I'll show you real quick. My kilt on with my tartan colors. So hers, we got her kilt on. Hers is the more sexy.
I'm not wearing my colors.
She's got her sexy kilt.
but
She got her sexy kilt on.
It didn't match.
Who's going to complain about that? Not me. But we're wearing our kilts, and you know, it's just something we actually wear to concerts and different things that we like to wear our kilts and show off our heritage, and just like they're cool. They're fun to wear.
They're a great conversation piece.
They are.
And they're totally metal. If you are a metalhead or not,
Jonathan
they're a
Davis.
great conversation piece.
Jonathan Davis with corn.
Jonathan Davis is my
wears-
spirit animal.
He wears his kilt.
Yeah, I'll
He
stop.
switched from his Adidas jogging suit to kilt.
Yeah. But yes, they're just fun to wear, and you know, this St. Patrick's Day is a fun time of year that you can just do whatever you want, wear whatever you want, and it's fun. It's kind of like Halloween.
Right.
So yeah, it's a great time of year to wear whatever, you know, especially if you know what your tartan is, you can totally like rock your tartan colors for St. Patrick's Day.
If you wear a kilt, it's much easier to do the shamrock shake, if you know what I mean. Right?
Yeah.
Know what I'm talking about? Yeah, it's a lot easier. Well, it's easier to go to the bathroom too, but it's easier to do the shamrock shake, which is something, you know, that talking about when Irish people and kissing leads to hugging and yumminess and love, and
yes,
and so, you know, why not do the shamrock shake with your kilt?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. All right. So, you know, and
then that's what this is all about.
That's right. It's love, kissing.
Kiss me, I'm Irish.
Kiss me, I'm Irish. It's about showing your love and gratitude, because it's a program, or not a program. It's a holiday type of thing that people you know, kiss each other. Kiss me, I'm Irish. It's kind of, you know, tradition, and so, you know, different things like pinching people that don't wear green, and we'll talk maybe some more about that here in a minute. But again, I'm talking about the redheads. You know, they're very sexy. People like redheaded men and redheaded women. So if you're going to be kissing somebody on Irish Day and you're single, don't do it if you're married, because you may kiss your wife or your husband. But, you know,
or just make sure you're kissing your wife or husband.
Yeah, but
unless your wife or husband is okay with that.
Exactly. That's a whole other fetish thing, I think. I don't know. But who wouldn't want to kiss a
toes, or
so who wouldn't want to kiss a ginger? Who wouldn't want to kiss a ginger, right?
I kiss my ginger dog every day.
Yeah, so our dog Axl Rose is a redheaded husky, and so he's the ginger husky, and Chris was always like, I kissed a ginger today.
Yes, it's Kiss a Ginger Day, January 12th every year. It's an unofficial holiday, which I think should be an official holiday.
It should.
But you know, there's also Kick a Ginger Day.
Kick a ginger,
which is horrible.
Don't kick your dog,
kind of,
or any
but
ginger.
Also funny, but not.
Yeah.
I would be offended by Kick a blonde or day.
Right.
something.
Kick a bald guy day.
But it's all just
My wife
fun.
likes kick a bald guy day. It's her favorite day of the year.
We have the stupidest like traditional holidays. Okay, what is today? The International Day of Chocolate Chip Cookies. Okay, that's dumb.
So we're
It's
happy.
kick a ginger day.
We're happy that it's St.
Okay,
Patrick's.
that's funny.
Yeah, St. Patrick's Day. Kiss me, I'm Irish. Much better. Have a drink.
Kiss a ginger day.
Have a
Kick
pint.
ginger day.
Have a pint and celebrate.
Whip your kid's ass day.
Right.
That's what I'm about. That's way more fun than like give a compliment day.
So sometimes you see Irish people have a lot more gab and talk, and so sometimes you just have to kiss them to get them to shut up, right? So Irish people just yakking, and
But this is why you should hang out with people on
because the Irish have gab, and you've got to kiss them to shut them up.
This is why you should hang out with people, Irish people specifically, on St. Patrick's Day.
So I thought that was funny though. Kiss them, make them shut up because they just talk too much.
You're usually the one that talks too much.
I know.
So let's talk about Irish versus Scottish now.
Exactly.
That's for another episode.
We'll do a Scottish episode on Tartan Day. I do celebrate Tartan Day, but anyway.
If you guys have not gone out on St. Patrick's Day, or if you're not planning on going out, you should consider, because it's one of my / now our favorite holidays. It's always been one of my favorite holidays, and now that we have been together, it's one of our favorite holidays to spend together because it's just so different. It's such a different holiday than any other holiday of the year.
And we love Halloween too, which was originated in where? Ireland.
In Ireland, Samhain.
So it's funny that like our favorite stuff, a lot of our favorite things come from Ireland.
Yes.
Number one is the people. The people in Ireland, we love you.
Yes.
We want to move there.
And the
holidays. If you want to adopt us,
are all about fun, and nothing is ever taken too seriously there. Yeah. And that's why we love it so much. And that's how the Irish people are. They're all just so generous. They just want to have a good time. And that's why we're so fun to hang out with, and
they were awesome. We hung out with went to a pub. It was just the pub owner and his dog. We sat there and we just talked to him and his dog, and that was so nice. So if you do go to Ireland, it's great to see Temple Bar. We went there and see the fantastic.
It was great
to see it,
but it was packed wall to wall. We couldn't even get in because it was such a tourist attraction.
Exactly.
We wanted to go. We couldn't even get in.
We took a quick picture. Said, okay, we're good. We had like more fun at the Hut there in Dublin. I can't remember the bar, the little pub name that we were at. It was in Cork, I think, or Galway or Cork, where we were. And a lot of those places that we stopped into were little mom and pop places, were like the best.
Yes.
The people,
because they were not crowded. We could have a conversation with the bartender. Mm-hmm. We could talk to the people that were there, the couples, the singles. We could talk about the culture. They could talk to us. They asked us questions. We asked them questions. And, we talked about the beer. We talked about the people. We talked about the shopping. We talked about the weather. We talked about everything.
And it's funny though, as we were there. So I took a picture every time, like me and Crystal kissing in Ireland.
And nobody looked at us like we were weird. Nobody stared at us here it's so, and I say this all the time, like when I talk to people about Ireland, how it was over there, as compared to here, when you go to a restaurant there or a pub, with your family here, and this drives me nuts. There's, there are TVs there in the pubs, in the restaurants, but I'm a big with the phones, and nobody's on their phone. like nobody's on their phone. And you know, if they're watching the TV, it's because
There's a football
it's
game.
because there's a football game, there's soccer on, or lacrosse is on. And it's not just like everybody's you know, the whole place is watching
but they're
it.
involved with it too.
And
Yeah.
everybody's involved, and they're bringing the whole crowd into it. They're bringing the whole entire pub into it.
The young people,
And
the old
it's-
people
yeah.
talking.
Of course, it's 18 to drink there too, but it's such a connection. It's so different, you know. I mean, you see 18-year-olds, you know, conversing with, you know, 60-year-old men, and they're like, they have such a level of respect for these people, these young people, for these older people. And it's just, it's a whole other level of like life. Just, and you don't see that here. And it broke my heart, like, to just see that. And I just wish that we had that here. You just don't see that here. And
so if you meet an Irish person, give them a kiss, because they're good luck and they're fabulous people. So even if you're just giving a kiss on the cheek.
yeah, I seriously wanted to kiss everyone there, in a good way, because they're just so awesome. I mean, we would seriously pass everyone on the street there, and it wasn't like here, you know, everybody would pass you there and be like, hello. And it was Smalley, hello, hello.
Right.
I mean, the only people we met there that were rude, they were like the foreigners,
Right, people from
People
other
that
countries,
lived
yeah.
there. But yeah, I mean,
So
yeah.
what really is an Irish kiss, you know?
An Irish kiss.
What is really an Irish kiss? For us who like to drink our alcohol, our drinks, I'm about to read it off here. It's 1 ounce of Irish whiskey, half an ounce of peach schnapps, 4 ounces of ginger beer, 2 ounces of orange juice, lime wheel to garnish.
Unless you're our favorite Kilkenny's Irish pub.
Kilkenny's Irish pub.
Tulsa, Oklahoma. We miss you guys so much. We'll have to tag them in this video.
Got to, because if you're ever in Tulsa, Oklahoma, go to Kilkenny's Irish pub, because that was the closest place you will come to being to Ireland that you can get anywhere we've ever found.
Literally, the first time I walked in there,
wasn't part of their bar like brought over from Ireland or something?
I feel like I remember
Something like that.
hearing that, but I'm not going to say that because I don't remember specifically.
So Chad,
but
from Kilkenny's, is one that does all their posts on Instagram.
And just so y'all know, I introduced Jack to Kilkenny's.
She did. She did.
Kilkenny's is mine first, so just so you know.
I don't know nothing. Everything I know is because she showed me. I don't know nothing I know.
But when we went to the hut in Ireland, y'all are gonna believe this.
I picked that place up.
When we went, yeah, we just like walked in. We stumbled into this. Jack was like, "Let's go here," and I was like, "Oh, okay."
Walking down the street.
They're like, "This bar's 400 years old," and we were like, "This bar no 400 years old." And we started looking around, and we were like, This place is 400 years old. Oh my God. And when we walked into when I walked into Kilkenny's for the first time, I was like, wow, this place is really, it's legit. Like, it looks like the artifacts and the things that they have and the flooring, the tile and everything. It's just like, so yeah.
So in Ireland, there's the oldest pub in Ireland was built in 900 AD.
It's unbelievable.
So
it's
like, can you imagine that? 900 AD.
We don't have things like that here.
It's like just crazy to think about it.
And
it's still open today.
We may, but I don't know about that.
No, not from 900 AD. No. That's just crazy. So they definitely talk about the luck of the Irish. Another thing that people love to say, like, oh, the luck of the Irish. So does anybody know the true meaning of the luck of the Irish? What that means? Have you ever heard what that really means? Have you ever heard that?
Some things. Everybody has a different.
So Wikipedia says that it's because the gold rush and the silver rush, the Irish people descent were the first ones to find gold And so they said it was the luck of Irish because they said unfortunately they weren't smart enough to find it on their own. It was the luck of the Irish. That's what they said.
Oh.
Yeah. So it's kind of a bad term to begin with.
So they're saying Irish people are stupid.
That's kind of what that was kind of what it was about to begin with.
That's all really mean.
Isn't that crazy?
Horrible.
So anyway, just thought I'd throw that in there. A little fun fact.
Wow. Irish people may not like you for that very much.
Well,
Jack.
that's just a fun fact or a bad fact.
Doesn't sound very fun to me. You might have to get kicked in the balls for that one later.
Well, tell me a fun fact about Irish men and women. Tell me.
So let me just one up you on that one.
Mm-hmm.
Irish men, and mostly probably women, are at the top of the list when it comes to the most adventurous lovers in the world.
It's because they're lucky. Not that song. That's awesome.
It's because we got skills and we're just, we're just good like that.
I got 7% of those skills.
So, well, to your 7%.
Yeah.
59.3.
That's right.
So
adventurous. I'm pretty adventurous.
If we're talking about percentages, you really want to go there?
I don't know what we're talking about. Of course, I'm lost again.
You just brought out percentages. You said just 7%, and we're talking about 59.3% over here.
That's what I said. I'm pretty adventurous for 7%.
Okay. So I thought this was also interesting on the same note.
Let's hear it.
According to a sexual well-being survey, because we're all about dirty secrets
and awkward
conversations. And this is well along those lines. Sexual well-being survey says the Irish use more lubricants than the Germans, or vibration rings than all but 2 countries in the world, and more sex toys than the French.
Yeah.
Just, a little side note.
And see, you think about it, you think maybe the French are all like sexually like
kinky.
Yeah, and crazy.
Because all these movies, they make the French look so, French is the.
So good for you, Ireland. Your lubes and your vibration rings.
Just because, French, and they have their, their accents and their beautiful language.
Do they use the lubrication with the vibration rings?
I do not know.
It's interesting.
We might need to find an Irish person.
Yeah.
We might need to hit up Joe.
Yeah. Yeah. But Joe is Joe Westcott. So did the tattoo on Crystal's wrist while we were.
Oh my God.
He goes, Joe said, don't talk to her about sex on here.
Just like.
So Joe is actually from.
Just probably like.
He's from Britain.
He's
right?
probably not even listening.
Is he from England?
Like, no.
We're gonna tag him too.
Joe's from
England.
Joe's from
Great Britain.
Yeah, he's from London-ish.
Yeah. But he lived in Galway.
It's like these people. I don't know these people.
So we met him in Galway, and he did the tattoo on Crystal's wrist.
He's one of the coolest people we met there.
Probably one of the best tattoo artists I've ever seen. Like really and honestly.
I don't ever want to have any of my body tattooed by anyone else ever again.
Yeah.
He's ruined me.
But we'll have to ask him about that. How true all that is. So Joe, let us know. Joe's a cool guy. He'll probably let us know.
He's cool. He'll probably tell us, because that's how Irish people are. They're just like, they would tell you. They're straight.
It's
forward.
It's because they're full of fire.
Because they don't care. They just be like, yeah, okay, bring it.
They're full of fire.
They are full of fire. And that's it. And that's that. And that's a problem, because that's my fact. And that's a problem here, right? Am I right, y'all? Am I right? That's a problem here in America.
People are not full of fire.
People cannot, they ain't full. They ain't bringing the fire. Am I right? Y'all tell me if I'm wrong.
My microphone
People
needs a,
can't bring the fire.
my microphone needs a
People
vibration
can't bring
ring.
the fire. Am I right?
It needs a
People can't bring,
vibration ring because it
people
keeps
can't
falling
bring
back.
the fire. The fire. The fire.
It needs a vibration ring because it keeps like going.
People can't bring the fire. So people can say what's on their mind. And that's why I decided this podcast had to bring the fire.
And you brought it with a vibration ring and a lubrication.
Nobody can say what's on their mind. People feel like they can't say what's on their mind because they're so afraid.
Because they're afraid to say it. You know,
They're so afraid.
I'm Irish, I'm sexy, and you're freaking gonna love it.
What are people going to think about me? What are people going to say? What is the response going to be? What if they hate me? What if they don't like what I have to say?
Right.
And it's so tough, and the world we live in, and our work environment even, and obviously we can have our sexual conversations and work, but same thing, even in our work. And I struggle with this daily in my work environment because I'm always like, oh my God, what am I doing? And that's my problem because I'm just like, oh yeah, this. And then it's like crickets. And I'm like,
because nobody wants to express their feelings and bring the fire.
oh my God. Why don't everybody just crucify Crystal? Because, oh my God, I spoke my fucking mind.
It's because they want to be PC and be.
Everyone's like, why she gotta say that? Blah, blah, blah. Oh my God. Blah, 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 blah. And everybody gonna overanalyze and do this and that. And it's like, why can't we all just speak what's on our mind? Why can't we all just say that? Why can't we just say how it is? Why?
Because just America.
Why?
America's lame. America,
because we
you're
can't
lame.
handle it. Because nobody can handle it. Am I right?
Is that like the movie? You can't handle the truth.
You can't handle the truth. You want the truth? You can't handle the truth. That's what Jack Nicholson said.
That's right.
The people in my work environment, they can't handle the truth. I feel like every time I be saying stuff at work, I got to take it back. I'm like, oh shit, why did I say that? Now, everybody gonna attack me for being me.
Yeah, that's all right.
And then I'm like,
At the end of the day, you're still with the person that you want to kiss, right?
Yeah.
All right. So just a little break from our conversation we were having a while ago. Just so you know, we do have a sponsor that's Adam and Eve. And if you've never been to their website and seen all their lingerie and all their toys and all their fun play stuff for couples and for, I guess, singles, women, men, it said everything, right? Men, women, couples. I got a little surprise I ordered for Crystal that's coming from Adam and Eve. And so it's going to be super exciting. Too bad you don't get to see it. But again, I'll put down the link below. Go check out Adam and Eve. They have some super, super cool stuff. And you get a discount if you go. We don't make any money off of it. So go check it out. Adam and Eve, fun toys and goodies and all that good stuff. For if you're here on YouTube, also look at Crystal's champagne. It's so cool.
Isn't champagne just marvelous?
So
it's just beautiful.
It is. That fire makes it look good.
It does.
So,
and if you're any kind of trying to watch your caloric intake, champagne is apparently one of the lowest calorie intake alcohols you can drink.
So a lot less than my black and tan.
Yes, and it's so fun. I recently found out you can buy those little 4-packs of Cooks in a Walmart or probably Targets, and they're so cute. And they'll fill your glass up like probably less than this. This is more like a little over one. But yeah, when I go out of town with my work, it's nice because it's like drinking one little glass of champagne.
Like perfect size, like a perfect drink size.
Because who takes a champagne class?
True.
Nice.
Yeah.
I
just thought about it because I was looking in so we can see ourselves here in our camera view, and I was like, that looks so cool. That so I don't know if you can tell the camera. This is green and red, so it's kind of matching our theme tonight.
Actually, it's green and orange.
Green and orange?
I made sure that it
Oh.
was the exact colors of the Ireland flag.
Oh, nice. See, she's way smarter than I am on that kind of stuff. So speaking of Irish people, full of fire. My wife is always full of fire.
Fire is
So
also.
tell us
red
about
orange.
that. Why one of your loves and about the Irish people with they're full of fire. So tell me about that.
So Irish people are full of fire. Fire is also my element.
It is.
For their fire water. Fire is my element, but Irish people are full of fire. They're just different. They're full of fire because they don't really care what people think about them, which is different than most cultures. They speak what's on their mind, not really caring what the outcome is. They just want to be who they are. And how many of us out there truly want to just be who we are? I do that every day, and people look at me like I'm a freak. But that's okay, because I live my life the way I want to. And it's probably kept me from a lot of opportunities in life, but that's okay because I'll live my life the way I want to.
We still got to pay bills. So
So yes,
we do work sometimes.
We
We
do
don't always
work,
like to do
but yeah,
pay the bills.
but yeah, I do have to be somewhat reserved in my daily, especially with work, because people can only handle so much of that. Let's be honest. Some people just can't handle like your full, like, just rawness. I mean, am I right? Like, you're just who you are. People say like just be who you are, but they really don't want you to be who you are. It's really sad. None of us really feel like we can be who we are anymore. It's awful. I want people to be who they are. I want you to be who you are. I want Jack to be who he is every day. I want myself to be who I am every day. I want the people who I work with to be who they are every day. Like, I want to know the person that I'm doing business with
The
to
real
be
you.
who they are. Yes, not the person who they think they have to be. And especially, most importantly, our family members, and exactly what this podcast is about. There are relationships, our interpersonal relationships, the people that we are intimate with, every day, our most personal friendships, our lovers, our husbands, our wives, our,
Or
partners, the people's, that we see every day. I want them to be who they are. Why do we feel like we have to be someone else? Why do we do that? Most people that I've met that are Irish, they don't care. They don't care. They just don't have that filter. Why can't we do that? Why can't we be like that? I challenge all of you to, in light of St. Patrick's Day, let's all be more like that. I mean, what do you have to lose, really? Like, what are you going to get fired from your job for being you? Let's be honest.
For me, like I could all the time. I have one earring in right now. My work lets me wear it finally, job. So the earrings, I like having my nails painted black. I like wearing black. I like wearing, I'm a heavy metal black, but also very Star Wars nerdy type of person, and I like that about me. That's who I am. And I'm a big, tall, ex-cop, SWAT guy. But Crystal knows I'm just a big teddy bear, nerdy dude. And that's who I am. But at the same time, I'm also a heavy metal rocker, and I like to rock out. And a lot of times I like to gab and yak, and sometimes I interrupt, and I don't mean to interrupt, and sometimes I jump in where I should be listening. And so Crystal knows that about me. It's something that I'm always working on. At the same time, it's communication and talking with each other. And then, it's kind of that Irish thing that I kind of have a little bit. I have the gift of gab, but sometimes I got to shut up and listen. So that's what I talked about earlier, like kiss them and tell them to shut up, So it's something I work on. But we talked about that fire. And so Crystal has that fire. And sometimes it's enormous, and I have to back down and let her shoot her fire out. So I love it. I love her for that. That's why I married her, because I don't want her to be boring. I like her fire.
It's really important to have someone to let you do that, especially when you come from a place where you feel like you've never had that. You feel like you've been quieted your whole life. And it's one reason that, I went into the field of psychology, and one reason that I've always wanted to write and, make this podcast, the two of us, is to have a voice for not only us, but for all of you that are listening, to have that voice, to feel like you can say and to hear other people just like you that you're normal, that you can say, hey, I feel like that too. There's other people out there just like me. And, I can say how I feel, and there's other people just like that. And, there's people that should listen to me, and I have something to say. And I shouldn't just be quieted my whole life, even if I've been quieted my whole life. I'm important. I'm somebody, and I'm not just full of shit. Because sometimes you're made to feel that way, but that's not always, how it is. But going back to the whole Irish people are full of fire, it's not just Irish people, it's, it's you, it's everybody, it's who you are and how you feel about yourself. And if that's how you feel about yourself, you should let it out. I mean, like Jack was saying, like, I challenge all of you, do one thing every day, every week, or once a month, like just to test the limits. Our podcast is about daring, about testing limits. We're earring in your ear to work. See if somebody said something. Why not?
So nobody said nothing.
Nobody said anything.
Nobody said a word.
What are they gonna do? Fire you?
I mean, if it's against your policy at work, I understand that. And you have to abide by your policy if you want to keep that job. If you don't, find another job. But
if that's what you like,
my job,
why shouldn't you?
Well, my job said, hey, you can do that. So I was like, well, I'm going to give it a whirl.
There's 20-year-olds doing it. Mm-hmm. Why shouldn't you? If that's what you like, why shouldn't you do it? Oh, I'm too old, or I'm too this, or I'm too that. No, there's no reason you shouldn't be able to do that.
You should feel sexy.
Be who you are.
Feel sexy and be yourself.
Yeah. Just because you have grown kids or man children like we do, doesn't mean that you can't be sexy. I mean, look at us.
Look at my wife. Dear Lord, she got grown children. She's a sexy woman.
We're sitting here in kilts and
she's a sexy woman, I know.
And we're in our dang living room. We're be who you are. Strive every day to be something new and exciting. That's what makes life worth living. If you're just being boring, that's just, man, you gotta really look at yourself and look at your life, because that's what the fire is. That's what the fire is. You got to challenge yourself every day, every week, every month to do something different and to really want to be something and to change.
I think that sometimes like that, like Halloween, St. Patrick's Day, different holidays that you get to run around and wear something different. And you get to be somebody you're not normally, because you get to be yourself in little weird ways that you want to be. And I think that's great. And hopefully you carry that on to other days of your life. We say, "Kiss Me, I'm Irish." We sell that shirt all year long because we have fun with that all year long. And same thing with Halloween stuff. We do. My wife and I go to haunted houses as often as we can all year long. We dress up for any occasion. If there's something, there's a costume party, something we can dress up, we're going, because that's all year long. That's the way I think. Sometimes we get in our rut. My Crystal and myself do the same thing. We get in the rut where we're working, come home, cook, clean, blah blah, and work, cook, clean. And then you got to stop it once. I just say, you know what? Forget about this. Let's do something fun. Let's get dressed up. Let's do something stupid. Let's
Any occasion to dress up. And it's all about going back to your younger days. And being an adult just sucks. Who wants to be an adult every day and just be responsible? You have to take a break from your responsibilities, whether you're married or you're dating or you're not, you're single, or, you're not even in that like realm of thinking about that yet. You have to take a break. You have to have fun in your life. It doesn't matter whether you have kids or you're thinking about having kids or your kids are grown. We're old, or we're getting older, and we still do it. And people look at us all the time. We go out and, I wear stupid red braids in my hair, on St. Patrick's Day. And people look at us and they're like, "Man, we're gonna have fun like you guys." And I'm like, we're 45 and 50 years old. People have no clue. But
52.
we're not 52 yet.
Almost.
But we're out having the best time. We don't even care how old we are, because we could die tomorrow. And that's what matters, because we're out having a great time today.
So one of our friends from Rocklahoma, where we went to our concerts, and sent us a message and said, he goes, "Oklahoma lost a couple of good ones because they know that we're fun and that we're exciting and we're sexy and
Yes,
we're living
and we
life."
hope you're listening. You know who you are. We hope you're listening.
Right. If he listens, that's great. But it's one of those things, like, we hear from different people certain things, because we're the fun couple, the cool couple. We're just like everybody else. We have bills to pay. We do jobs. We
Yes.
have our little arguments. We have times that we get frustrated, and we have to communicate through it. And we've got to forgive and move on and learn from each other, and hopefully better ourselves in the future. And that's what we hope you do. Kiss your loved one. Learn what you learn through each other and grow together and communicate, build that better bond. That way that you are the ultimate couple. I like to say that Crystal and I are the ultimate couple with all the people we know, because I feel like we are. Yet we still have our times, and we have to work through it and communicate.
And hey, if we can help you guys, I mean, we've been through it, but that's why we're here. I mean, we believe that life is centered around relationships, and that's why we're here on this earth, is to form relationships with people of every kind. If there's a question that you have or an obstacle that you feel like you're dealing with, we would love to help you. So please reach out to us. These are all of our podcasts are like mini free coaching sessions. And obviously we do coaching, and that is the lifeline of our business. But all of these podcasts are like free little mini coaching sessions, but we would love to help you.
How do they reach you?
My email is crystal@leansinrelationships.com.
Right.
But even easier than that, you can find us at the links. I don't know anything about this, but Jack.
So on the
have
YouTube
links
down
on the
below, I
bottom.
have links.
Yeah.
But I also put them in. I also put our emails in our podcast. So on Anchor, who sponsors our podcast, we have links to our emails. So Crystal at wingsrelationship.com, Jack at wingsrelationship.com, but they're there and they're on our YouTube. And we're on Wings YouTube, Gentle Peach Creative Studios YouTube. There's so many different things that Crystal and I do between the podcast and the coaching and our photography and different things that we do, and all that is to build bonds. Like I interview a lot of bands and people, but to me that's building bonds. I'm connecting people, and so that's what we loved about our podcast. Hopefully we're connecting you to better yourself, to better your life, to open up those communications between you and your spouse, your partner, your loved ones, your family, your friends, because we want everybody just to enjoy life. And kiss me, I'm Irish, just because it's fun. That's the whole point of our topic tonight was kiss me, I'm Irish. We got into it. We dug deep into some stuff here at the end, but it was needed, right? It was needed so that you understand that you're not alone. There are frustrations. There are times that it's tough, and we hope that you hold on to those times that are dear to you and that are fun, and that you be yourself. And sometimes you just got to remember to be like the Irish and kiss me, shut the hell up, and
The luck of the Irish.
other than that, definitely check that out. Make sure you go on wingsrelationships.com shop page and help support us. You don't buy this shirt because this is my Star Wars shirt, but the shirt that Crystal's wearing, the one I showed you earlier, we love. All our affiliates don't cost you more money. Our shirts are a decent price, but you're helping us, build our business. So eventually I can quit working at not a 9 to 5, because I work way crazy hours than that. But that way I can do this full time. Crystal, we can do this full time. We can talk to people. We can help people do photography. We can do all the different things that we want to do, and do that full time. That's our love. That's our passion. That's our goal. In the meantime, we'll go back to our regular jobs, and we'll let you get back to your regular jobs. And we appreciate you listening. And go down and let us know kind of how we're doing. We love to hear from you. One last thing I'd like to mention.
And if you guys have any questions, awkward questions, dirty questions, that's what we're here for. That's what our topics are about. Please shoot them our way. We would love to discuss them on our podcast. You can be anonymous. We will not mention your name unless you'd like us to. We have social media as well. We're on Instagram, Facebook, Twitter, as well as our email. Please shoot your questions our way.
And one last thing I'd like to say is peace in Ukraine, to our friend Victor. It's in the Ukraine. Victor, we hope you're doing well. I know that Crystal's been in contact with you, and we're talking, and we really, feel our hearts are very heavy for what's going on over there. And we have a guy named Victor that watches our podcast and follows on Wings. And we really hope you're doing well and being safe.
Yes. And just a side note, we are going to be doing a campaign very soon for Ukraine, and our very dear friend Victor, who is in Ukraine fighting for his personal community against the Russians in Ukraine. And this is not a big organized
not Red Cross
campaign,
or UNICEF.
not UNICEF or Red Cross. This is going to go to a personal community, donations, funds that will go directly to a community that is directly fighting against these terrorists. So please watch out for that. This is a very dear friend of ours that we have known for years and years, that has always supported us, and we have known for a very long time.
Probably since the beginning of Wings. He's
even before Wings began, I have known personally. And he is a very, very, very good person. So please watch out for that.
Again, we thank you for watching the Awkward listening and watching and/or watching Awkward Conversations and Dirty Secrets. Crystal and I appreciate that, and we hope you have a wonderful evening. Have a good night.
Thank you.